are in for a treat. Recording in progress. Okay, guys, so I think let's get this going already. Hey, Brittany, how's it going? Good to see you. Virginia, what's up? A lot of you guys, especially if you guys have some people doing this business part-time, please make sure that they get on so they can see, what we have going on here. So send your last minute messages. The goal is to get this over 100 people. 60 people already were like, hey, I can be on, but my goal is to get 100 coaches on this call here. So if you guys can send your last minute texts, messages, that'd be awesome. But let's get this show on the road, guys. First, if you guys know me, my name is Enrique. I've been doing this for 15 years already with Herbalife. Our organization, guys, we are really driven nutrition club based, right? And with the nutrition clubs are an awesome way to get people through the doors, get them on products. It's a hub. They try our products, all those great things, right? But how many of you guys are looking to build not just locally, but also globally? How many of you guys want to build globally, build in other places, right? And Mark Hughes would always say this. He said, work neighbor to neighbor, work city by city, state by state, and around the world, right? And this is what this man is here to teach you guys. He built all of his whole organization, guys, he's been doing Herbalife, he was doing network marketing for 6 years already. And he used to be a chef before he got started, so he probably knows how to cook really, really good. He could probably share some recipes with us, some healthy recipes, which would be right. And then in 2 years, guys, he'd been here for 6 years, but in 2 years, he built a team of 1,500 people recruiting, right? So those of you guys are in for a treat, guys, here. And he talked about, when he was at an event one time, he said, this man told him, like, it's great that you're doing this and you're qualifying for these events, but how many people are coming with you? Right. And a lot of us here, guys, we're really like, oh my gosh, like some of us here, we qualify for events, we go all the time, but how many of our teammates are going with us? And starting this new year, how many of you guys would love to go on some of the vacations that Herbalife is throwing out there, right? A lot of us would, right? And that's what I share with you guys. You guys are in for a treat today. So without further ado, I want to bring up the man. Now get out your papers and pens, guys, take some notes. But let's give it up for Alex. Take it away, man. We're super excited to have you on. I appreciate you. Let's go.
Thank you so much, Enrique. Man, you are a master when it comes to introducing people. That's like, I feel your experience. This is amazing. And that's a big honor for me to be here on the call. And I'm super excited. And I really look forward since the entire day. Today, we were checking out apartments because we were all the time in the Airbnbs and we were moving a lot of furniture in different apartments. And I always was looking forward to this call today at my place. It's 9 p.m. I come to you live from Miami. I'm originally from Austria. So maybe when you hear sometimes a little bit the Arnold Schwarzenegger accent, that's because I'm from Austria as well. And the thing is, I can tell you then real quick how I got started. And that was a wild ride, I'm telling you. But I prepared a lot of interesting things for you, what you can apply directly after the call to recruit more people and to get more sales volume going. And let's dive into this. So welcome to the Recruiting Masterclass. So what are we speaking about in the next few minutes? We speak about how to set up social media. So what is the first step? What should you do? Because my idea was always, when I saw network marketing for the first time, and I will tell the story later, I always was wondering, it's like, if I'm going to do this, I need to find a way how to build this online. Because I don't want to run around in cities, like in malls and approaching people. I was like, I need to find a way because I want to live somewhere else. In Austria, it's cold. It's freaking cold. It's like minus 10 degrees, and that's freezing. So I was always looking for a way, how can I live somewhere where it's beautiful, warm, for example, Dominican Republic or like other countries. And I realized people don't make a lot of money there. So I need to find a way how to reach to the people, even in the place where I don't live. So, and for me, it was always clear, I need to find a way how to do it on social media. And today I share my secrets with you. And I'm telling you, it took me 4 years to figure out how it works. And my goal for the next 30 minutes is to save you 4.5 years. So, but before, let me know, where are you tuning in from? Just mention the city in the chat and let's see where all guys are from. So, and We speak about recruiting tips, and I also provided for you an activity tracker. And that's pretty interesting because this activity tracker goes really down to what leads to volume. But before we go all into this, let me share my journey with you. I started 2017 when I was working as a chef in Austria, and I worked in a 5-star hotel, you know, and when you're 21 and then you work in a 5-star hotel, and then you see like people spending the same amount what you get paid a month for one day in a hotel. So, and I was wondering, I was like, those people are so dumb because they work for 1 month and they sleep basically for one night in the hotel, and then they spend all of it. And I was like, I didn't understand that there are people, they make a lot of money, you know? And then I saw sports cars, Ferrari, and I was like, you can't tell me that they do like a regular job, because I grew up just regular circumstances, you know, like not an entrepreneur in my family. So we just had like basic 9-to-5 jobs, you know, and then there were people making ridiculous amounts of money. And I was like, even if I would work as a chef for the rest of my life, I cannot even buy this car when I'm 40 or 50 or 60, right? So I need to figure out there must be another way how to make money. So and I was looking for it. And then I saw network marketing for the first time. And I wasn't skeptical or I didn't believe it. My maximum fear was just please let me know if I'm dreaming. Because if this is real, I mean, who would not do it? They told me about products that I can help people with. At the same time, I can build a team and earn a royalty on top of that team. And not only the people that I spoke to, and their people as well, and their downline as well. And there's technically a ripple effect which never ends. I was like, holy shit, that's insane. You know, and for me, it was so interesting because I always understood, I always saw it from the business side. I was not focusing on to sell a lot of products. I was focusing on recruiting because I tell you one thing. I was like, if I can learn one skill, and the skill is recruiting on demand. If I say, for example, I'm here right now in business, my business is stuck. I need new people in my business. And guess what? There is no problem in your organization what you can't solve with new people. So if you learn the skill, recruiting on demand, you will always have someone to talk to and you always have someone to sign up. And I became so good at this that I got strangers who even didn't know me in 2 weeks that they say, here's my credit card, I want to get started. And I want to share every single step, what I did, and every single questions, what I asked them on social media with you today. So, but the thing is, you know, that I practiced and I studied, and it took me like 3 to 4 years. And it took me 3 years to make more than $2,000. Can you imagine that? It's like $2,000 for 2.5 years. And I was like, come on, you cannot tell me this is so difficult. And once I went to Eric Worre, there was an event in Germany. And then I was like listening to him and I was like, that makes sense what he's saying. Then I applied the things. And you know, during the pandemic, everybody was locked in their homes. So, and for me, it was the best time ever, you know, because everybody realized the job is not as safe as usual. And at the other side, people spent more time on social media than ever before. So what I did, I was reaching out to people every day. I asked them, say, hey, what are you doing? Are you healthy? What's going on in your life? Is your job affected by the pandemic? And I always try to solve problem for other people. And you know what's crazy? I messaged so many people on Instagram, and that was the first time I earned more than in my full-time job. And then I got fired. And then they said, Alex, you just promote your network marketing thing. Goodbye. And I said, okay, if you're going to fire me, I'm going to make the adventure of my life, because my dream was always to live between the palm trees. I want to live at the ocean side. I want to have warm weather every day. As I mentioned before, in Austria, it was cold. So I took a decision and I went with a one-way flight to Dominican Republic. And when you're from Europe, that's a big thing. It's like if you would say from the States, for example, you travel to, I don't know, you live in Croatia now for unlimited time, right? So, and I was there and I felt like kind of that I made it, you know? I was able to make a couple $1,000 on social media. I recruited some people. I could afford living because the rent was not very, very expensive, even during the pandemic. And you know what's completely crazy? I was just a monster at finding people, but I was very bad at leadership. And you know what's so crazy? I got the bill after 4 months in the Dominican Republic because I lost my entire team because nobody taught me how to lead people. And the interesting part was that I was good at recruiting, but bad at leading my team. So I was only focusing on getting people in. So as soon as someone said yes, I was looking for the next one. Someone said yes, next one, next, all the time. The problem with that approach is that you're not building a business. You just make money by getting people in. So the situation was I lost my team because there was another crypto company, and 2021 it was crazy because you could buy like any coin and that went through the roof, and it was very hard for me, especially selling supplements, to work against that somehow. And so I lost my team, and I was like, you have to imagine, like I built the thing for like 3 years. Then there's one guy who was very good in my business, brought in 20 new people in the first months, took all my people away because he was like all the time in like webinars and he's sharing his strategies. So I was left alone, living in the Dominican Republic, 2 weeks, not a single dollar moving in my organization. And I was like, shit, what's going on here? So what should I do? And I decided I just do it again because I learned how to find people. So I started recruiting, and I brought in like 12 new people. And then I decided I go to Dubai because there was one guy, maybe someone knows this guy. He's called Daniel Fire, and he recruited like, I don't know, like he built a team of millions of people, like completely crazy, like 35-year-old German dude. And I knocked basically at his door, and I was like, there is a problem. I have a mistake in my network marketing business, and I don't know what it is. And then I explained him, and he said, yeah, I need to work with people different. And then basically I start to rebuild again. And long story short, after almost 5 years, when I went through a heartbreak, it's like, that's an incredible motivator. And then I said, after 4 years, because my grandfather always laughed at me when I said, why are you not doing a real job? Why do you try to sell supplements, shakes, cosmetics? Like because for him, only like physical work is work, because he has a timber factory. So, and I was like, you cannot tell me this, that like me, okay? When I really want to build this and I want to become successful, that I'm not able to do this. And then I decided, okay, there's only two options right now. I either become successful or I'm gonna die. I don't care anymore. It's like after 4 years in the business, if I take it to the graveyard, that's okay. But I figure out a way how to do it. And I do it until it works. And if it costs me 50 years, I don't give a shit. It's like, I do this. And you know what? I was so furious and so angry that after 4 years, I was still not making more than 3,000 euros, that I worked my face off. And you know what I did? I asked myself one question. It's like, who can I talk to? Like, who can I show the business? Who can I show the product? And who can I show the compensation plan? And this is the only question what I ask myself. So, and I was messaging people like crazy. And then it was completely wild because after like 1.5 months, when I built my brand as well, I went to more than $12,000 and we recruited like 90 people in a month. And that was completely wild. And I earned basically 4 times the amount what I earned before in my full-time job. And after that was my little breakthrough what I had in my business. And that came basically through the business minded perspective. And this is what I tried today, that I give you that view what I had when I was building the business. The thing is, let's be honest together. If you start a business and you talk with family and your friends and you don't want to go out and approach people because you are a little bit shy, there's only one option left. Either you quit and you start doing something else, or you find a way how to recruit people on social media. And for me, it was always so clear because I need to find out how do I do it? Because you cannot tell me that almost 50% of the entire population on the beautiful planet where we live are using Instagram and Facebook. If I have a message, if I have values and I share the values with the world, that I don't attract sooner or later some people with the same opinion that I have. So, and that was my idea because everybody was on social media. So, and I learned a lot over the last 5 years. And I give you some ideas how to do it. Because look, right now, if you would say, I want to recruit people, what you do, you're going to start message, right? So, and if you go out and message people and you say, and then maybe nobody replies, you know why? Because you didn't think, how should my profile look like? So I'll give you an idea. let's say you approach 50 women on the street and you're a guy. What do you think? Do you get a number? Do you get a kiss? Do you get a date? What do you get? That depends on how you look like. So let's say Enrique, even if this guy looks like a supermodel, okay? But if he says, I don't shower for a week, I don't shave for a week, and I work out every single day, and I don't use the shower after that, and on the 8th day, I run out in Dallas or in Houston, and I approach women. And I can tell you, even if he speaks to 50 women, he will get rejected 50 times because of the profile, how he's appearing. And this is the same on social media. I'll give you another example. Who gets the most date on Tinder? The guy with the beer in the background and the creepy selfie where you see like half of the nose and half of the eye? Or someone who has, I don't know, like a portrait picture where he walks somewhere in the park and the sun is shining and he has a nice button shirt. Who wins the Tinder game? The person with the best pictures, right? So, and now we know that, and then we're gonna look at our social media profile, and I was like, oh shit, I wouldn't even answer myself if I would get a message from my profile, you know? So, and this is when I started to realize like how important is it and why was it never difficult for me to find people online. So first of all, we're gonna speak about what do you have to do? So, and I want to make sure that everybody is doing that after that call, okay? So, because you need to understand one thing. If you want to recruit people online, if you want a stranger to say, here's my credit card, sign me up. I want to build a business. What do you need? You need, guess what? Trust, right? If you don't have trust, if you are not a trustworthy person, nobody will buy from you. And even in today's world, where so many creepy things happen, you absolutely have no idea what's real and who is not real. If someone has only pictures on social media without a single video, you don't even know who you're talking to. Maybe you see someone like a 25-year-old attractive woman, but behind the person is a 60-year-old German dude who just try to get your money. Nobody knows. So you need to build trust, because we all get that creepy email, right? From some Hildegard in South Africa, where she says, Prince Sultan died and he has now 50 million and she needs some bank account where she can transfer the money. And the only thing what you need to pay is the transaction fee from $15,000. And you need to pay it in advance, and then everybody gets scammed. You know, that's the thing, you know, because like social media, you don't know who you can trust. So what you do to be a more trusted person, guess what? You're gonna tell your story. And you know how powerful it is when you do it on the right way. I just give you an example. Let's take the example from myself. I'm in the hospitality industry and I want to build business because I work too much and I earn not enough money, right? So what do? I'm gonna record a video. For example, I can say, hi, welcome to everybody who's already following me, and welcome to everybody who is new. Let me introduce myself. My name is Alex. I work in the hospitality industry. What I don't like about this job is I work too many hours. I don't get enough paid. I don't have the chance to break out of the system. And this is exactly the reason why I started part-time an online business, where I have even the chance to create passive income, where I have the chance to become my own boss in the next years when I really build it every day. So if you are in the hospitality industry and maybe you have the feeling that you don't want to work for someone else the rest of your life, or that you want to break out and spend more time with your family, message me freedom. And I'm super excited to talk to you. So let's say you make that video, and I know it's hard because it's outside of your comfort zone to speak and to record a video. But you know what you know what happens if you do this? It's completely crazy. I do this kind of trainings with different network marketing teams. There was one guy, I'll show it to you later. He has his Instagram profile was completely weird. There was not the description, just some pink profile picture. And I explained him how to tell his story. And he's in school. He's like 17 years old. And he told his story that he helps people in school to make an additional income. And you know what's completely wild? He started to record that video, uploaded it as a reel, and that video got 4,000 views. And he signed up 4 people in another school just because of that video. Why? Guess what? Similarities. And it's so easy to target people when you know what is your pain point in the industry where you're in. So what do you say? I mean, like, I'm sure everybody know that somehow, or some people have heard it already. So how do you tell your story? Who are you? Number 1, what is the pain point? Number 2, how did you discover network marketing? Number 4, how do you see the future, or what did you accomplish already? And that video should not be longer than 90 seconds. Otherwise, Instagram would cut it off. Okay, that's the first step. So what do you do next? 10 facts about you. Why 10 facts about you? Because look, as I mentioned before, what do you need? You need trust. You should become tangible for strangers. So, and let's say you're going to write down 10 facts about you. Some random facts. For example, I eat everyday breakfast. For example, I eat everyday pancakes. Or some funny, interesting stuff, what makes you like a human, you know? Most people, they share their most creepiest things on social media. Just 10 facts about you. Because if someone goes on your profile and they look at you and they see the video and then they see 10 facts about you, they get to know you. And the more information they have about you, the more easier it is to get them into the business. Okay? Next. What do you write in the bio? That's not even that complicated. You know what you write? What are you doing and for whom? How you do it and what people should do next. I'll tell you why this is important. Because if I message someone and they go on my profile and they don't even see that you're a business builder. For example, let's say just randomly, I go to Elizabeth's Instagram. And let's say Elizabeth is working in a bank and I'm working in a bank too. And I see her profile and maybe I have the thought, I was like, I wish I could do something else. I wish I had a business where I could start part-time. But you know what's crazy? Ask someone on the street if they would be interested in a way how to make money online. If someone is working as a nurse, if someone is working at a salad bar, if someone is working some random things, everybody would like to do it, but they don't know how to get started. And let's say Elizabeth put it in bio, I help people in the banking industry start an online business part-time without risking what they do at the moment. Send me business for more information. Something like this. Because then you give someone the opportunity. Because how should people know that you have a business? They don't know, they can't smell it. You have to tell them, right? And guess what? This is how you create inbound leads. Because if you message to someone who is in the banking industry and you're in the banking industry and you have an online business, guess what? Similarities, right? So, and that works so well if you really do it. It's unbelievable. So what are we doing next? You need to get a profile picture and a really nice profile picture, okay? So how do you do this? There is an app, it's called Photo Room, and you can take a picture, daylight, where your face is visible, okay? That's important because most people have cats and dogs as profile pictures, and I don't want to recruit a cat, and I even don't want to chat with a baby, okay? So that's the reason why you need a real nice profile picture, because everybody in this call is extremely beautiful, okay? So you need a profile picture, and if you remove the background, that works like with 2 finger types on this app. You put your favorite color in the background. For example, I can show you this, for example, what I have here. Then you see it's, even when you comment at someone's profile, it looks automatically professional, more professional, because it looks clearer and you stand out somehow. And you need to find a way to stand out, okay? So look, this is the example. Like, who would you message? Who would you reply? And that's German. He says basically, that's the guy what I mentioned before. It's like, I help people in school make more money with an online business. Comment info if you want to start your business right now. So, and there are so many people try to recruit, try to message, and their profile is kind of boring, you know? They have like a dog as a profile picture, but who wants a dog in a business? Not really in a business. Somewhere having as a friend next to him, you know, but not in a business. So, and this is absolutely important to understand. So when we speak about the right profile picture, the right bio, everything is fine. What do you do next? Let's start message people and talking to potential prospects, right? But I'm sure you heard that before as well. But I want to mention how important it is, because that defines if you're going to recruit or you don't recruit. So let's dive into this. You have to believe in 3 things. Otherwise, you're lost in the sauce. First of all, you need to believe in network marketing. So, and if you have just a single doubt, I'm telling you, that will kill your recruiting game completely. Let's say you say, I'm not sure if I can really make money in network marketing. You are lost. You don't even need to start a conversation with someone, because someone is feeling that you didn't even sell the opportunity to yourself. And then it's impossible for you to recruit. So first, you need to make a list of all the 3 points: network marketing, your company, and you. And then you have to write, is there anything what's holding you back? I give you an idea. Even your belief, you have to build your belief constantly. Everybody's facing that, especially when you sell supplements. Even if you had a strong belief in the business, let's say for 4 years, and then you know what happens? Sometimes inflation, and then you have the price increase. And then the shake doesn't cost $80, then it costs $100. And if you have that belief that you say, well, I'm not sure if I still can sell it, you're gone. You don't even need to sell it. You don't even talk to people, because you don't buy it. Because if for you it's expensive, nobody will buy. So you need to get the belief back. Why is it still cheaper to join and use the products instead of buying some other crap somewhere in the supermarket? You need to find a reason for yourself. Why is it still the best? And I want to make an exercise with you. You have to believe in yourself. Write down, and that's pretty cool. Write down 33 reasons. And this is what you do for the next call in the next week. And this is what I'll tell you later what we're doing next. That's pretty cool. So 33 reasons why you become extremely successful. Write that down. And you know, that will give you a strong core belief that will help you to go through difficult times. Because what will you write? Because I'll educate myself. Because I will never give up. Because I talk to people every day. Because I want to retire my parents. Because I want to buy my dream car. I want to live somewhere in Tulum and sip smoothies all the time and make some squats on a jungle beach. You know, it's like you find reasons. But I'm telling you, after the 12th reason, it's difficult for you. Because then you are like, oh my God, what else should I write? But keep it going. Write 33 reasons. You need to write 33 reasons. This is important, you know? So, and this is basically all that, you know, it's crazy when you think about that. I just want to recruit people. But what do I have to do first before I start talking to people? Because if you just go out randomly, that's the same. If you never worked out for 20 years, let's say you are now 30 and you start going to the gym and just move weights randomly over your head, you will fail, right? So, and it's the same here. You need to you get guidance, you need a structure, you need a system, right? So, and I give you right now something very cool. So, and I want to tell you how I ended up recruiting more than 120 people in the last 1.5 years just by doing this exact same strategy, what I teach right now on this presentation, okay? And you can do that afterwards. And this is your task for the next call, okay? I want you to think about a common memory from a friend who you didn't speak to for, let's say, a year, 6 months, 2 years, 10 years, 20 years, that doesn't matter. One common memory. And this is a common memory, how to start a conversation very smooth, because don't be a weirdo, If you start a conversation and you say, hey, how are you? Then it's like, I don't even reply to those boring messages. But let's say I have a common memory with someone where, I don't know, we went in a park and we had some sausages and the sun was shining and we took a selfie. I don't know. And I sent this to the guy. And even if if it is 7 years apart, I send it to him and say, hey, look, do you remember I just found that phone in my cloud storage on my iPhone. I was thinking about you. What's going on? How is life? Long time no conversation. And then they will say, oh my God, yeah, I remember this, blah, blah, But then you have then it's like, it's so cool because let's say you're going to do this after this call. Let's say, okay, it was nice to have Netflix with Alex, but I really want to make more money in my business. Okay. And that's why you're here. Because otherwise you could just watch some Netflix, some after Christmas movies, but you are here because you want to change something, right? You are here because you want to elevate and you want to have the best year you ever had, 2024. So the task for the call, after the call is, you're going to make a list of 30 people, okay? And you think about a common memory and you send this message. And guess what? If you do it so specifically, you get almost 25 replies back. And this is pretty amazing. So, and then I want you to think about one thing. And I did this with someone in my team. And you know what? That was basically one of my strongest distributors in my business. The next step is that you think, for example, who do you know in another country? And I can give you some amazing approach, what you can do directly after the call. But first, I'll tell you the story what we did. I had one distributor in Germany, and he knew a best friend in Spain. And they didn't talk for like 7 years. And then you need to be really smooth in the conversation that you get this conversation going after 7 years and then sign someone up in a business without sounding weird, right? So, and I told her the same because this strategy is so good. She's like, look, hey, do you have a common memory with her? And she was like, yeah, I remember like 7 years ago, we bought the same jacket and I still have it. And I was like, okay, where's the jacket? And I was in her home because we were like building together, right? So, and she was like, she went to the closet and I was like, take a picture and send it to her. And then she wrote, hey, look, I found this jacket, when we bought this together. And she was like, oh my God, yeah, I remember the jacket, and things like this, And but what's completely crazy? And then I told her, look, people want to be part of something what is bigger than themselves, right? Why is Herbalife so successful? Because they sell the vision. Why is Herbalife so extremely good? Because everybody wants to be part of something big. So, and what she did, she said to her, look, you know what I appreciate about you? And this is where we come basically to the second step. Why him and why her? Why him/her? This is so important because then the invitation becomes so tailored that it's human psychology not to say yes, not to say no. Because look, if you say to someone an honest compliment and you talk to the person, you say, look, the reason why I talk to you is because I remember when we were like for 7 years doing this, you were all the time reliable. Everywhere where you go, there is the action. You are amazing when it comes to connecting. You are amazing when it comes to building friendships. You are amazing when it comes to teaching because you are a teacher and everybody loves listening to you. And you know what's completely crazy? I work part-time right now with a company from the United States and they expand to Spain and they are looking for local leaders. And you popped in my mind because of the things that I explained to you before. And I think a woman like you in this business, what you can start part-time without risking what you do at the moment, you would crush it completely. Maybe that sounds crazy because we didn't have a lot of contact in the last 7 years, but are you open to take a look at it? So now what she's gonna say? She can't say nothing different than, oh yeah, let's do it. Because look, it's so smooth. And this, I'm telling you, if you really understand this, and I hope I can explain to you that it makes so much sense as it made sense for me when I understood this concept. Because you cannot resist an honest compliment. Because if someone speaks about the business, right? I'm only interested in one thing. If someone wants something from me, we are all selfish, right? I'm only wondering what's in it for me and why should I do it, right? So we need to answer those questions for the people we want to work with, because otherwise you send some weird messages like, hey, do you want to join my team? Hey, you look very nice. Your pictures are super cool on Instagram. Do you want to join and build a business with me? And then you send this 66 times and you're wondering why half of the people are blocking you or messaging, go away, weirdo, because it doesn't work. Even that time, it's crazy. Even there was a time where messages like that worked, but that was 10 years ago when Instagram was just starting out. You could message people like this and they were like, oh, I want to be part of a team, but not now anymore. Because it's like when someone is using something so much, you cannot do it anymore. For example, if you use the term financial freedom, nobody's attracted to financial freedom. So because everybody's using the word, right? So that's like you need to say something different. And when I understood this, I was like, holy shit, I felt like a caveman who found the fire. Because for me, everybody in my phone became a prospect immediately. And I was like, I need to do this all the time. And you know what's so crazy? There are only two outcomes. People join or they love you. Because nobody hears an honest compliment. And this is so interesting. And I want you to try this. Try this and listen, go to the last 30 people you messaged on WhatsApp and think about the people and write down what is amazing about that person. And if you put this in a voice message directly in the beginning, the people say yes all the time because they cannot resist. It's human nature. But it has to be honest. Otherwise, you're just a liar and nobody wants to build a business with a liar, right? But if you do this, it becomes so easy. And you know what's so smart? If you ask them at the end, maybe that sounds crazy because it sounds a little bit crazy. You didn't talk to the person since 8 years and then you want to build business. Of course, it's crazy. But if you message this, if you mention this in the voice message, it's not that crazy because you say it, right? So, and then you ask them, are you open to check it out? Are you open to take a look at it? The reason why this is so interesting is because you can make the next step. And if you realize, and if you follow the call closely, then you realize it's a very simple step. And this is what I really try with the bottom of my heart to teach you as good as possible. Because if you learn this, it's so easy for you to recruit people and to bring in all the time people. Because I tell you why, I've never seen someone in network marketing climbing to the top, becoming a chairman in Herbalife without building distributors. It's almost impossible just with customers. You need both customers and distributors. And when you focus on this, that's completely crazy. Like if you say to him, are you open to check it out? Because of all the honest compliments, you get a yes. If you get a no, this is very important to understand right now. If you get a no before someone checked out Herbalife, it's just a reflection for you that you need to work on your invitation process. Because if you do it correct, you get yes 100%. Because you tell them what's in it for him. And this is interesting to understand. So if they say yes, what you do? So let's go back a little bit. You send a text message, for example. You send a voice message in the conversation to build more trust. Number 3, you send the invitation with the voice message. The next point is you try to get them on a phone call. And I'll tell you why. Because on the phone call, you can ask one question, and this one question will lead the prospect that he tells you every single thing what he would like to change in his life. Because you ask in the voice message, hey, John, are you open to check it out? And he says yes. And then you call, and then you say, okay, great. John, when do you have 10 minutes for a phone call today? It's important to mention 10 minutes, and it's important to mention phone call. Because if you say, when do you have time for a call? He thinks, oh, maybe the call with Alex, it takes like 50 minutes. I don't have time today. But 10 minutes, everybody has 10 minutes. And because you mentioned before what's in it for him, of course he's going to join the call. Of course he's going to join, right? So, and then you ask him and say, hey, John, it's super nice talking to you. Tell me, why are you open for something new? And you know what John is doing? John is doing all the things what we want. He's telling us, you know, I have a job. I don't like my shift. I come home late. I don't see my kids. I'm too fat. I need to lose weight. I need to change something. It's New Year. It's like I'm pissed. I look myself in the mirror. I don't like myself. You know? It's like, and that's what they tell, you know? And then it's so easy. And then you say, yeah, I can totally understand. And then you present basically network marketing, Herbalife, as a solution for all his problems. And then you show him the business as well, because he wants to make money as well. And I give you an example why is it important as well to get customers and find distributors. Because look, if you have someone who says, okay, I want to lose weight, I'm gonna try some shakes. Then they buy the shakes and they buy it every month because they're amazing. But what happens if maybe his salary get cut? Maybe there is even more inflation. The first thing what he's doing is he's canceling the shake because he knows, like, I'm not sure if I can afford 100 euros every month or $100 every month, right? And then they're like, okay, what should I do? Because they can live without them as well. I know it's hard, but they can live without them, right? But I give you another idea. If they start the business because they want to change their family tree forever, if they start the business because they want to make money, they want to travel the world and take the kids, the wife to the most iconic destinations on earth, they don't give a shit if that costs $100 a month or 80 or 150, because the intention is different, because he is building the business to create a better life for his family, right? So if there's some price increase, it doesn't matter so much because he's sharing the big picture, right? So, and this is what I truly want to understand, and that's changing a lot. And I have something else for you, man. This like Christmas today, huh? It's like so many golden nuggets. So, and I'll send you the activity tool later, and that's pretty cool. This is for everybody who says, I don't know what to do, and I always do the wrong things, because that's tricky. If you say, okay, right now after this call, 10 p.m. Miami time, 9 p.m. Houston time, you say, now it's time for Herbalife business. And then you say, what do I do? And then you see yourself maybe watching a webinar, watching a call, watching a training, see something else, and then an hour is gone. And what happened? Guess what? Nothing in your business, okay? You just watched the video. So that's the reason why I came up with an activity tool. And on this activity tool, there are only things that lead to volume sooner or later, okay? And we go through it very fast. So because, for example, the first thing is new contacts on the list. So let's say if you make a new contact on the list, you're going to go here and say, okay, I'm going to make a new contact. Okay, that doesn't really work how I imagined. But basically you can write here, and I can make it a little bit bigger. New contacts, everybody, every time you can print it out, and then you make an X, and then you make 10 new contacts and you have 10. So, and you do it basically, it's very easy and it's very easy explained. So tool send, when you send, for example, an article of an extreme sportler who joined, for extreme athlete who joined, let's say, Herbalife, right? So just an impression, because we know people start between the 6 and the 12 impression. They can make a decision. It's not that you're going to invite someone and they say immediately, yes, you're going to sign me up. Some people do, but some people don't. They just need more time. The next point is story on social media. So guess what? story on social media. If someone says, I don't know what I should share, guess what? You say it's education time today. I educate myself. I like to bring my business and my life to the top. It's 9 p.m., 8 p.m. Houston time. I educate myself. And you make a picture of that call. And you're going to tag Enrique and you're going to tag underline Alex Pfeffer and we share it and we're going to bring more momentum on your profile too, right? It's like getting like bringing other people in your life, sharing them, showing them what you do. What does it mean to be a Herbalife distributor? And then I see like all the time, epic call, motivation, extravaganza, recognition on stage, vacation. And they're like, oh my God, what is this guy doing? I want to do the same, right? So, and this is what I want you to do. That's super amazing if you just share your daily life in your business. So next, if you invite someone for a three-way call. So let's say you have someone who is like an athlete. And for you, it's difficult because maybe you are just, I don't know, 7 months in the business. And it's very hard to explain it that people get it. So what you do, for example, you say, hey, John, there is someone, Enrique, in the business. If you would talk to him, I think you would be friends immediately because he's in shape like you. He's successful in business. He's doing that. He's doing this and all the things, And then you say, look, if it's possible for me to get him on a call, I don't know, because he's very busy, but I'm sure I can make it. But if I get him like that, he takes 20 minutes of his time tomorrow to jump on a call with us. I need to introduce you to the guy. And you also want to have more information about the business. Would you also take your time? And then you invite someone on a three-way call. If you do this twice, 20 points. And that leads to result because Enrique is closing like a machine. You just need to bring them in a call, Follow-ups. If someone says, the most classic answer, what everybody hates of us, I need to think about it. It's like, what do you need to think about? So join, just do it, So, and that's the thing. Like, and then, for example, if someone needs just more impressions, they need just more information to take a decision, then you send maybe something else, then you send another video, then you send another Instagram profile. Hey, look at this guy, they're doing this business, what you were looking at yesterday since 10 years. Look where we come out with, we built this together, right? It's like all about exposure. It's all about showing people some things, and then you make a daily sponsor update. And you say, hey, look, Enrique, I'm gonna have today daily score 40 points. I'm still an amateur, but I keep going, And the goal is to become, guess what? A professional, right? So, and this is every time you calculate all the points together. I sent this tool to you later. That's pretty cool. And then you have basically more success in the business and you only do the things what really leads to volume. So if there is any question right now, just comment in the chat. Let me know if there is anything you want to talk about. And I'm super excited. Yes, Alva says three-way call. Enrique is a machine. Yes, everybody knows Enrique is the monster when it comes to recruiting people. This is the man, the myth, the legend. I think if I would be in his team, I would just like book his calendar full and I would say, you need to talk to this guy. And I was like, then let's make some cash together. Yeah, that's the thing, And I really want you to do this until the next week. I send you the recording and go through every single point and do it all. And if you have questions and if you don't know what's the next step, save the question for next week. And then we're going to go through all the people, And I need to tell something interesting. The thing, what was completely wild is when I tripled my sales volume in 1.5 months. I was like, oh my God, that was wild. Because I built my brand, I had the right mission, I had the right drive, I had the right motivation. I was like in my fucking zone. And it was so crazy. My energy was so high that before I was with someone in a call, I knew immediately that they're going to sign up. So it was just like, hi, my name is Alex, nice to meet you. And I knew that they're going to buy. And I teach like all the things, like how to get in that stage. And what's interesting, like after all the experience, what I had in the business, I had to, because all the things that I teach you right now, all the things what you have experienced, they are just 3% of that what you really need to make your dreams come true in the next year. There are some other things as well. And what we're gonna do next week is we're gonna go through everybody's questions, and we're gonna help everybody to have the most iconic social media, to have your breakthrough in the next year guaranteed. And the only thing what you need to do to join us on this adventure is, I'll show you that real quick. That's absolutely nothing. I never really, that's the thing. I never gave something away that affordable, what we speak about those lessons. And we're gonna work for the next months together. And you get the best support you can ever have when it comes to recruiting. So we're gonna do the ultimate recruiting bootcamp, and that's just $49. That's absolutely nothing, okay? For the next month, 1 call a week, and we bring everybody on the same level. That's step 1, okay? You know what's, and this is phase 1. We're gonna do all the things together, you know? And look, I'm gonna take this link right now, and I'm gonna put it in the chat. So, everyone in the meeting. And I'm gonna put it in the chat. So, and you can join for $49, and we bring everybody to the level that you're able to recruit people online. At least 5 to 10 people a month with the strategy what I teach you. And it's only $49 until today midnight, and tomorrow it's 97. So if you want to decide to join, it makes totally sense to join today. I'll post the link in a second. That's one option. And you know, I just want to tell you something else. This is one part. And I'll tell you why it's important to have the right social media setup. Because if you have this, you can go to the next level. And this is what we implement after the end of the month. There is a way that you don't talk to people all the time personally. And I don't mean like an artificial chat robot what helps you somehow. I would talk about a real human being. And the thing what I do is you can go on Fiverr. Maybe, I don't know if you know that platform. You can book basically any freelancer. It's like you can book someone who is developing website. You can book someone who creates a logo. You can book someone who's reaching out to people, right? So, and I do this since 1.5 years. I have someone who's logged into my Instagram and who's reaching out to people in my niche. And the reason why this is so powerful is because we always have one question, and that one question is kind of annoying. And that question is, who should I talk to, right? It's like, if we would know that, like, I have so many people to talk to, it's like, it would be easier, right? So, and for me, it was always annoying messaging people, looking for people. So what I do is you can go on Fiverr, and I teach you everything, how to give them the scripts and how to explain them how that process works. But it makes no sense if you do it now. It makes only sense if you have your right social media setup with the right profile, the text, the niche, what are the people you would like to have in the business. Then you can go to someone and then you can say, look, I'm in the hospitality industry. I want you to message people in the hospitality industry. For example, hey, I've seen you are a chef. I'm a chef as well. Since how long are you doing that for? And those people, they're doing this 50 times a day, and they charge, I don't know, like $60. 50 times a day, you get approximately 7 to 10 answers. And then you just be effective in communication. And this is what I teach you in the next months, how to lead that conversation so effectively that you ask them 6, 7 questions, and then you get them on a call. And then you get them on a call, and then you do the process what I explained above. And this is what I teach you in the next month. So basically, in the next months, we lay the foundation for the most successful year you ever had in your entire business, because you will become a recruiting machine. And I'm super excited to do this with you. And I want to show you something else. So we have 2 options to join the program. One program is the $49, what's completely affordable for everybody. And at the same time, when I tripled my sales volume last year, I decided by myself, I need to take the knowledge and I need to create a program what is accessible for everybody. So, and I came up with a system. It's called the game plan. And this is basically, everybody knows the book from Eric Worre, 7 Steps to Become a Network Marketing Professional. That's basically the book in videos in 2023 edition, how to build a brand on social media and how to become a brand and how to recruit the best people, like the whole network marketing jungle. It's a shortcut. It's you save 5 years of disappointment with the entire tool, what you combine with the coaching, what we do for the next months. And I have also prepared a trailer for you. You can check it out real quick, just 30 seconds. And that's the game plan. And this is basically the program, what you can join as well. And this is interesting because you don't need to find or look anything. It's like, how do I do this? How do I get people from Facebook groups? Because everything what you find is in the system. And this is a tool what you get lifetime access, and you will get all the time updates for free without an additional charge. You get lifetime access to all the tools we upload. We're gonna make a new updates like every 1.5, 2 months. That's basically the game plan. And I even have people, they work with the strategies from that call, and they are able to quit their job after 6 months working with that. That's completely wild. And here's also my journey. And you know what's interesting? I just want to show you the value, because this is truly an experience what you get. And this is results driven. The only thing what matters is that you make more money in the business. And this is what the game plan is about. And it takes you from 0 to more than $12,000. And I can show you the thing what people buy usually for 4 calls, the thing what we do together with the entire organization of Enrique's team is usually people pay 2,700 euros. That's around $2,900 just for that. $2,900 for the game plan and for 4 calls. So, and you know, because we are doing this together, you have 2 options. One option is what I said before, the recruiting bootcamp for $49. And the other option is when you get access to the game plan as well. And this is just for $297. It never happened that I gave this signature program so cheap, make it so accessible for everybody, because it's truly life-changing. And this is, look, the thing is, what you don't buy any coaching, you don't buy like one-on-one session. The thing what you buy is quitting your job next year. The thing what you get here is laying the foundation to retiring your parents. It's buying the dream house in Tulum. It's going on vacation when you want. It's like escaping when it's too cold. Just I go somewhere, Turks and Caicos for a month and I work from there. This is what you get, the total freedom with the skills. And if we implement everything together, including the Fiverr people, I'm telling you, this will be absolutely remarkable. As Jim Rohn said, you know, how to have your best year ever. That's the name of the game. So, and I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna put it in the chat right now. And if you, just as information, if you're gonna message or if you're gonna make a story on Instagram, I just repost you, then everybody sees your profile as well. So that's an option. First option is $49, including the 4 calls without the signature program. I pasted the link in the chat what you see here. Okay. The second option is including 4 calls and the game plan for $297. And this is until midnight, $297, and then it becomes $699. So if you decide to join, it makes definitely sense to join today. And just click on the link. We have credit card, we have PayPal, what you can use. And then you come in a group. Then I'll send you like all the step-by-step guide, what we spoke about. Then you're going to make the social media setup, and then we see each other next week at the same time. And we're going to start with a 1 month intensive coaching. And I can show you one of the testimonials, for example. Alexa is working with the program since 6 months, and she was able to quit her job, and this is absolutely incredible.
I don't work anymore as a flight attendant from September.
So you were able to quit your job because of the business what you built in network marketing.
Yeah, well, because I'm also doing trading investing. So trading investing is helping me. Right now, obviously network marketing is like just a part of it. But with trading, it's okay.
Nice. And that's just because of all the strategies, what you learn in the game plan, the things what you applied. That's super cool. Awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's really cool, and that really helps people. And I'm super excited for everyone who's joining us next week on this adventure. And I give back to the headquarters to Enrique. Is there something else what you would like to cover?
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much for that, Alex. So those of you guys, I'm going to post a link again in our chats. If you guys want to join that, that's super awesome. It's a 1 month of intense recruiting, the game plan for that. Cause a lot of us here, we can't go anywhere with just customers. We got to get people on our team, so 2024 is going to be phenomenal for all of us if we, engage, and you got to commit, right? You got to commit first. And then he's going to show us a bunch of different things on how to really, really get this thing going. So Alex, thank you so much for sharing all that with us. It was awesome. I'm super excited for this because, this year I'm really, really planning on really growing my front line, growing the team, duplicating off of that. And, people, shoot, a lot of, how many guys want to do like over $10,000 a month the next 6 months here, right? You know what I mean? And that's one of our goals here, but also teaching people how to duplicate that too. So, super excited for this, guys. Thank you so much for the call tonight. Any other questions? Anybody else real quick? Or we're good to go?
Let's just go to the questions real quick from the chat. And I see, for example, Renee said, what are 10 facts about me? Do it in a reel. For example, I made a video and I put the 10 facts in the description, but you can also put it in a reel. For example, that doesn't matter. It's just important that you become more tangible. What do you say to someone you don't know and you have no common memory? This is basically how to start a conversation, right? It's like, first I need to ask a question, and I would not be like someone who's sending just sliding randomly, like super weird into the DMs. I would just say, for example, if there is someone, let's say, who's working out, I would say, hey, Sandra, I see you're working out. You're amazing in shape. Since how long are you doing that for? Right? So, and for example, this is perfect for you guys. I could go on the hashtag fitness, and I could say, hey, I could message those kind of people, like 20 before I go to bed now. 20 people. It's like, hey, I've seen you're amazing in shape. Since how long are you working out? And then I recruited someone, like specifically with that text, what I'll tell you right now. And she said, yeah, I'll do this. And I work in a metal factory. And she had like model pictures, like very high quality. And then I asked her, like, do you do something with fitness for a living, or are you just doing it for fun? And she was like, yeah, I do it for fun, but I would like to do something different. I was like, okay, what would you like to do? It's like people tell you because that's the reason why they're on social media. And the goal is not to be an interesting person. That's not the goal. The goal is just to be interested. Don't try to be interesting, just be interested, and people tell you everything what they would like to change. That's so interesting. So, is this the same for a new prospect online? I think that it goes back to the original question. Yeah, as I mentioned before, I would just start the conversation by being interested, or by sharing them or showing them, for example. I'll give you an idea. if someone likes to travel, I send them a picture from the palm trees and I say, hey, I've seen you were in Dominican Republic. Was it nice? Or what time of the year were you there? Because I'm thinking about to go as well, right? Just be a human, right? Be just like interested. And then everything becomes so easy if you really put recruiting away and if you just focus on being interested and providing value. So I'm gonna upload the video and I'm gonna send you the recording as well. So you can send it for people or you can share it with people who didn't join today. And then let's get this party started.
All right. And then also we're gonna be in a message thread together with you. Is that correct?
Exactly. Yes. For everybody who's joining the program, you get an email. There is a WhatsApp link for a WhatsApp group where Enrique is already in it. And then we're gonna take it from there. And this is our unique group, for example, where we do also like social media audits. For example, you paste your link and I'm gonna tell you what to improve. Because there are a few things, because I really want one thing, that you leave this strategy calls and you say, that helped me a lot. And we're gonna go through all the profiles. You can ask me all the time questions. I'm responding very fast because I'm sticking all the time on my phone because I want you to create better results. And I want you maybe next year to say, I remember this call with Alex, that was great. I started to change. And that's all what I want. And we're gonna do the group and we're gonna change and we're gonna make this happen. And I'm super excited. And I'm telling you, it's like, I see it. And it's like, I had this already. And that's the reason why I can tell it. There will come a point where you go to the extravaganza. And I don't know where it is. If it is in Poland, like last year, or I think this year, like it was in, I don't know, September or something, like when you go there and then you go to the event and then you walk into the arena and then you hear people whispering your name. And then you hear, for example, hey, this is John. This is John, that's crazy. I follow this guy on social media since 6 months. This dude is crushing it. He was like, well, John, yeah, wait, let's go take a picture with him. And then like people say, and then they say, for example, let's get on stage, John Hood. And then you go there. And then you see your name, like with letters, like 5 meters tall, and then you're like, holy shit, how did that happen so fast? And then you remember, because I took a decision. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I had this situation that was so crazy, like people start whispering your name. And I'm sure Enrique knows it as well. That's like when you're like, holy cow. It's like, I really created impact. And this is so interesting and that's so cool. And I can't wait for everybody who has experienced that. And yeah, so if you have questions, let me know. Let's do this. When is the next extravaganza, Enrique?
In Minnesota, July, in 6 months.
Nice.
All right. Cool. All right. Well, appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for getting on today. Did I put the link in the chat as well for the champions chat, guys? Like I said before midnight tonight, it's $49 tonight. It's gonna go up to $100. So make sure you guys get yours in today. Super awesome. But thank you much for getting on with us, and let's be recruiting machines together. Appreciate it.
Let's do it.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.